In today's episode of Project Sacrifice, we break bedrock. With that being said, let's get into today's episode. In the last episode, we got to go ahead and make our infinity catalyst, and boy was that fun. But today is the final episode of the series. So I've done a few things in between episodes. I automated soul lava because that was going to take a while, and by the way, I had a derpy moment, and I'll explain why in a second here. But I went ahead and automated proto lava, which is just ender, chorus fruit, and lava in the smeltery, and then we melt the dragon heads to go ahead and get the ender, and we melt down the chorus flower to get the chorus. And over here we melted down some gypsum, and then we also melted down some nether quartz, and all of that combined together makes proto lava and also soul lava as well, which we will be needing today. To kick off today's video, what we're gonna go ahead and do is build the crafter that's gonna go ahead and go right here. That's gonna go ahead and automate the infinity ingots. Now, what's actually really cool about this pack in particular is we only have to make one infinity ingot, because we can then dupe it with the refined radiance. Then we can take it and use it in the crushing wheel to go ahead and get the catalyst, which is going to allow us to go ahead and do other things like make the Aphrodisia sword and also the very OP infinity armor and things. To do that, we're going to need the crafter. Now, the crafter is a bit much. It's pretty big, actually. So we're going to need the crafter. I'm going to get 2 stacks. I think that should be enough. So what we're going to go ahead and do is do a nice little 3x3 like so, with the center cut out like that. We're going to go ahead and then make a plus shape like so. And then on top of the plus shape is going to go another 3x3 with the middle cut out. And it's going to be the same pattern for this side, and then this corner, and the center. If you've done it correctly, it should look like this. Now, it is important that everything is facing down to this center crafter. So what we're going to do is make sure everything goes to that center crafter in some way or shape or form. Now that we've got that all set up, it is time to finally, hopefully, get the piglet hearts that we need for some of the items. Now, I think we only need 3. I might be wrong. So if we look at the infinity ingot again, I believe there's more than 3. So I might need to kill another dragon really quickly. So there's 1. And according to this recipe, it does look like there's only 3, which is good because we have the hearts for that. So we need to take the piglet heart, which we're going to need a bunch of power for, by the way. And I mean a bunch. So we're going to need gypsum, pig iron, a infinity pipe upgrade, a heart of the sea, which that's going to be an interesting one to make. And then dragon hearts, which we have, and gold singularities, which we also have, by the way. So pig iron is actually relatively simply easy to make. All we got to do is take some iron and I believe right click a pig with it. Nope, left click it like so and so. And can I do it with a baby pig? I can do it with I think I can do it with a baby pig. It seems like I can do it with a baby pig. Now, can I dupe this with the refined radiance? Negative. Okay. And I believe I also happened to get one between episodes because I've been having some trouble with the pack recently and recipes are starting to fail for some reason. Don't know what changed because literally nothing has changed. I don't know why Cube.js is starting to fail, but I had to just test that in between episodes. There we go. We have 3 of those. And again, we need a few gypsum, a few pipe upgrades, which I'm sure I already have because again, I was working with those guys over there, the smeltery stuff. So I'm pretty sure we have like a bajillion of these infinite pipe upgrades. We do. So we have 3 of those. And then we also have 4 dragon hearts. So we have just enough. I have an extra one just in case if we do need it. And then we need the heart of the sea, which is going to require a bunch of essences that we do not have, which is not ideal. Diamond essence is, I believe, easy. Prismarine essence is just going to be an Ioculus recipe. Diamond might not be as easy. Osmium and rock crystal, we'll have to see what that is. But also we need the nautilus shell and the squid essence, which requires us to kill a squid with the Ioculus, which I don't know how I am meant to get a squid, but I'm sure we'll figure that out. Nautilus shell also needs fish essence and more prismarine. Prismarine is going to be just some prismarine shards. Now, is this going to work work the way I think it's gonna work, or do I have to do like some other crazy thing? So the Iolocus here, and I place this guy down, like let's say like over here, and give it a little bit of right click. There we go. So there is our prismarine shards. That is good. Now, how the heck am I going to get a squid to spawn? You know what? I just noticed something. We're in a deep lukewarm ocean. I might be able to place down a water bucket and like have them spawn. I should probably double confirm what biomes they spawn in. I couldn't get them to spawn inside of the Luke Ocean, so what I'm doing is coming out to the river biome that I just found, and hopefully they will spawn in this little box that I'm creating for them, because I have no idea how I'm supposed to get squid then. Almost immediately after building this and moving up a bit, the squid have spawned. Beautiful. Let me go ahead and pop these guys a few times, and hopefully we can get enough squid essence to kind of get things going. Also, I do want to note that getting the fish essence is relatively simple. We just need a fishing rod or 2 fishing rods. It looks like a steel one and a normal one with some squid essence plus an insanium to make 4 fish essence. That's actually not that bad. Now that we're back home, what we can go ahead and do is remove this guy from here quickly and get ourselves a mixer boy from create, and we can mix up the things that we need, the fish essence. So if I grew, ooh, hold on, I can't do this here. I need a cogwheel. What if I did this? Actually, no, I can do it right here actually, because this guy has nothing in it. So if I get myself a fishing rod. Now, I'm a bit concerned that we're gonna need a steel fishing rod because, yeah, I don't have any steel, and it does look like it needs create for that. I can take a normal fishing rod with a steel ingot over here in the smithing table. The question is, do I have steel ingots? I don't think I do. It's been a while since I've actually needed steel ingots. Yeah, how do I get this again? Oh, is this gonna be a problem because I didn't save 1 steel ingot to dupe with the refined radiance? Thankfully, we had steel essence laying around. I think I can just do this, right? Okay, it's taught to the transmutation table like so, and then let's go ahead and do that plus this. Yes, that does indeed work, but let me go ahead and quickly teach my fishing rod to the system. There we go. Get 2 fishing rods out like so, and then let's go ahead and upgrade one of those bad boys to a steel fishing rod like so. Go ahead and do that, and we should be good to go now. Beautiful. And then all we gotta do is get the insanium out like so, and then that should be all she wrote as well, as soon as we take this guy and put it into the mixer over here. And honestly, these crushing wheels are kind of annoying because they're in the way, but there we go, there we go, and there we go, and there we go. That's gonna go ahead and make us the things that we need, aka the fish essence, which is going to be used over here to hopefully make the heart of the sea and the nautilus shell like so. Since this has EMC, let's go ahead and make sure that we teach it to the system because we don't want to have to go through that whole pain again, right? So let's go ahead and grab one of those bad boys, and then I believe that is just step 1 of many to go ahead and make the heart of the sea, because we still need to go ahead and make the diamond essence, which hopefully shouldn't be too bad as long as we still have some osmium essence. We literally have 1, and we need the rock crystal, which we also have quite a bit of, only 3, but still it's quite a bit. Take that, dump that in here like so and so, make some diamond essence. That made 2, and I think I need 3, don't I? Of course I need 3. No, I need 4 diamond essence, and boom, just like that, we now have the heart of the sea. Beautiful. Okay, and let's go ahead and get this bad boy going like so. Now all we gotta do is take this and put all of these things inside of this guy right here. So the dragon heart, gold singularity, gypsum, heart of the sea, infinite pipe upgrade, and then the pig iron, and then that should start to go ahead and craft, taking 9.8 billion RF a tick. Oh, I'm gonna be here for a hot minute, aren't I? Now that we've got the pig lich hearts, all we gotta do is make the things. So unobtainium allthemodium is going to need the pig lich heart, poured unobtainium allthemodium alloy. We have to first make the alloy by taking the unobtainium and the aluminium. So to do that, we're gonna need soul lava, and thankfully in between episodes I did get that soul lava. So let's go ahead and set up that smeltery. That shouldn't be too bad, right? And just like that, we now have all the aluminium alloy, and we're gonna go ahead and make all the other ones as well. I'm really hoping that these guys don't mix together, because that would be a really bad time for me. And then all I gotta do is take these now with a drain, which I didn't put in because I'm smart, and we should be able to go ahead and pour out all of these ingots onto this guy like so. And it does look like it takes a hot second to go ahead and cool down. Oh boy, we have a lot to get done though. So draconium we have. I am debating on how I want to do this, because do I just want to like put it into a chest in front of the crafter and then we can like pull from the things? I think I kind of want to do that, but here's the question. What kind of chest do we have? Do we have anything crazy? I mean, we have the big boys, but I mean, I don't want to use the big boys because it's like a multi-block. There's a lot of ingots here, to be fair. There's 56 ingots. You know what? That actually might fit in a double chest actually. All right, getting things kicked off here. We can go ahead and start by getting draconium. Thankfully, we've already got that bad boy. Let's go ahead and toss that in there like so. Draconium is done. Solium is going to be a bit of a tricky one, unless if the pack developer has added a way to get it. Prosperity with solium dust. Solium dust can be solium ore and or soul dust haunted, and then soul dust is soul smooth stone, and soul smooth stone is soul stone, which is soul cobblestone, which is blackstone haunted. That is so many steps unnecessarily for what? Unless if I've already got it. I haven't gotten it yet. We gotta get blackstone, and we gotta take that blackstone and we've gotta haunt it. Take that and then cook it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There we go. We now have the solium. As soon as I get some more solium dust like so, and it does look like I'm gonna need some prosperity. Now I think we did get some from the end. I'm a bit concerned actually on that front. We are gonna need prosperity ingots, which we can make really quickly. Let's make 2 of those, toss one of those in there, and then make the solium once we get that solium dust. Didn't I not just grab that solium dust? What? Hello? There we go. Oh, that's soul dust? I swear I cooked that up, but there we go. Put that on there for now. While we're waiting for that to cook, we can start making some of the other stuff. Now, some of this is going to be really interesting because we have to make alloys for them. So, olivium or something like that. We can make this molten quivium by using rose gold and pig iron. I am going to need an extra pig iron, and I can't unfortunately dupe it. So yes, okay, so we're gonna have to wait for that guy to grow up, unfortunately, but that's fine. And all we gotta do is, I guess for now, take our pig iron that we have here and make this. So we're gonna need the rose gold, which is gold and copper, and I think I'm gonna do it over here. Do I have a extra one of those ingot cast mold things? Okay, let's go ahead and take this guy, throw that in here, and that should make us the quivium that we need, like so. Beautiful. We'd love to see that. There we go. That's now done, and we are gonna need that extra pig to grow up, so we're gonna kind of wait for that guy. And gobber ingot, which we do have, so let's go ahead and do that. And honestly, we don't have to do this in any particular order because I'm just gonna look at the recipe anyway, so we can do these in any order that we want here, and I'll probably end up reorganizing them anyway to be correct. So there we go. And gobber ore. Manulin is going to be an interesting one. So manulin is going to be a superheated blaze burner recipe. Eesh. I do have the blaze cake, so I can oh no, we're good. Oh my god, we're saved. We are actually saved. We can use the induction smelter. That is incredibly lucky, I feel. So scrap. The question is, do we have scrap? We do. Let's also make sure that we teach it, because if we don't have that taught, we're going to be in trouble here. So there's our scrap. The question is, does cobalt have EMC? It does not. And do we have cobalt? That's a better question. We have the essence, so that's not terrible. And I assume I can dupe this with refined radiance. I really hope so. Refined radiance doesn't dupe everything, but it dupes a lot of things, which is good. And we have like 1.4 million of it. Oh yeah, perfect. There we go. Take that, throw that in there. It's not 1-to-1 apparently. What is it, like 3-to-1 or something? Yeah, 3-to-1, because I guess Ardite doesn't exist anymore, which is interesting. And let's get 2 extra of those like so, and boom. And then let's also make sure that we just kind of like dupe it a couple of times. So there's your manual like so. The queen slime ingot, if I had to guess, is going to be made through create with the superheated blaze burner. You know what, we're just gonna send it. Give me my blaze cake like so. And this guy here, you know what, let's just double check this. I don't think this is going to be used anywhere, to be honest, other than making the flux stuff. Doesn't look like it's being used anywhere else. We don't need it, so perfect. So all we need to worry about is this guy here. So let's go ahead and make this. So it's going to be cobalt, gold, and magma cream. That's relatively cheap actually. So cobalt is easy enough, and gold is relatively simple, and the magma cream I believe is also simple as well, which we don't have magma cream, but do we have some in the EMC table? We do not. So magma cream should be a simple one. It's just blaze. Oh, it's not blaze powder, and it is. Okay, cool. So if we take some slime balls and mix it in with some blaze powder over here, we should be good to go. One of these and one of these should make me the magma cream that we need. Beautiful. And then we're gonna go ahead and take this with the gold, the cobalt, and that's it. We are gonna need to put a blaze burner down. There we go. That should now make it beautiful. And this doesn't have an EMC value. That's fine because we have the refined radiance, so it shouldn't be too bad at all. Also, is my soul done? My solium is indeed fact done, and there is our solium, so we can also check that one off the list. Lavium. So I assume lavium is going to be some sort of molten conjiggery. So it's from Tinker's Reforged, so that's probably a hint right there. Molten quartz, fel steel. Okay, we're gonna need both of these. So fel steel is another one that we're gonna need here. We're gonna need debris and blazing copper. Luckily for me, we've got that already. So let me go ahead and check out what this is. Nope, not that one. This is made out of, because we're also gonna need this aluminum and copper. So how much aluminum did it say it wanted? It wanted 1 block. It wanted 9 ingots. Take this and put it into here. Now I am just gonna break this because we don't need it at the moment, because we've already got the quivium that we needed. Beautiful. Get rid of this, and that should be good to go. And that makes actually quite a bit of this stuff, and I assume I can dupe this with the refined radiance. So this is then going to go into fel steel, I believe. So fel steel is going to require this plus debris plus copper, which I can come over here with a bucket because we've got like a bajillion of it. So there we go. Take that and shove it into here like so with some of this. And of course, we got to get the debris. So the debris is going to be interesting because I don't think I taught it, which is going to be a problem. You know, I can actually kill 2 birds with 1 stone right now if I take all of this hepatizen really quickly and do a quick few dupe sessions. And we take this and we turn it into a block form like so. And we fluid encapsulate this guy like so, and we get a bucket of obsidian that should give us the debris that we need technically. So if I do something like this, and you know what, this is going to take a second, so what I can do actually is come over here to my soul lava setup and melt this down in like an instant. Okay, it's not an instant, but it's still relatively quick here. Take this and we get the debris that we need, which is amazing because I don't want to go through the entire of having to make it again. What we can do is we can take it and throw it into here, hopefully, and give it a quick meltdown, I guess. So turns out I'm just a idiot sandwich, and we had 2 netherite scrap sand. So there's that. So if I take this and then put this in here, hopefully 1's gonna be enough. Nope. Is 2 gonna be enough? 2 is gonna be enough. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and get that bad boy cooked up. Okay, so that's 1 extra ingot that we've got now. Beautiful. So take some fell steel and put it away, because that is going to be one of the ingots in this somewhere. It's in here somewhere. But yeah, this one's done. So let's go ahead and make sure that we check that off the list and put it in the chest like so. And then let's also check off the gold, because we can grab that relatively simply and easily. Gold is now done. We can go ahead and get a larger copper, which can be made through alloy of some kind. But back to this, we're gonna need this guy. Do we actually need that guy for this though? I'm pretty sure we do. So for this guy, we're gonna need kelp, aluminum, and iron. And I don't remember, right, we wanted this, right? The lavimium, and this required quartz, fell steel. So we need kelp. I don't know why getting kelp in a smeltery sounds weird, but let's go ahead and do it. So kelp, and then they wanted, I forget what they wanted as well. So they wanted kelp, they wanted iron, and aluminum. Okay, so how much do I get for this? I get 250. Cool. And then they want iron and they want aluminum, which is easy enough for us. And boom, and boom, boom. Hopefully things don't get mixed up. There we go. There's 180 of that. Let's go ahead and pour that out. And of course, make sure that we get our refined radiant ready to go. Also, the hepatizing that we used to make the other thing can be used in this recipe as well. So we're good there now. So we can take this 1 hepatizing like so, and this like so, and call it a day. I also think I can get rid of the solium ingot now as well, because we already got that as well. So did we get the other thing that we need? No. So let's go ahead and get the other thing that we need. But this guy is going to need that plus fell steel plus the other thing. Right. Okay. Plus quartz, I mean, sorry. There we go. Beautiful. Take that and do that, of course, and let it dry out real quick, and boom. Let's take all this and put it away inside of our chest, ready to go. We can rock off this guy here. So copper and gold. Unfortunately, I did make it in the smeltery, but you couldn't pour it out. So we are going to have to use the induction smelter for this one, but that's fine. It's relatively cheap and easy to make anyway, so I'm not too worried about it anyway. So there we go. And cobalt. I don't think I grabbed cobalt and put it in the chest. So let me just quickly grab a piece of cobalt. So we can just go ahead and do one of these and one of these. I did indeed not grab cobalt, so that's good that we grabbed that. And we can go ahead and now maybe grab that pig iron, considering the pig is now fully grown. So you can go ahead and again just whack him like so. That is done. And the nether gobber is going to be easy. So there we go. Grab one of those bad boys like so. And I do apologize. This is going to be a bit of a longer episode. The electric copper. So I'm assuming that this is going to be some sort of alloy that we have to make with redstone and blazing copper, which luckily for us, we've got a bit of spare blazing copper in the smeltery, and we just take some redstone and do something like that, melt it all up, and then that should hopefully make the things that we need. There we go. And electrical copper like so. And then that should be good to go. Electric copper is now done. Prosperity is done. Soul steel ingots requires wavy ingots. Right. And wavy ingots is a whole thing. So to make this, oh, we can make molten. Oh, I didn't even know that that existed. Okay. So this is this. Okay. Manual we have hepatizin, 2 ingots. And oh, we're gonna need this. This is what I'm talking about. This is a bit rough. We're gonna need this, this, and obsidian. This is, dear God, help me. I assume it's something that I gotta pour onto something, which I gotta figure out how to get epidot, because I'm not seeing a way to make this. Epidot gem. That's it. Queen slime with amethyst. That's what it was. Okay, so queen slime. We're gonna take this out for 1 second. second as we do this and hopefully get things to work here. Epidot is done. Red barrel is, I'm gonna assume, gem cast with rose quartz and a diamond. I am gonna need some rose quartz, and hopefully one of these is gonna be enough here. God, I wish these were a lot easier to see, right? Instead of gonna go through like 8 billion JEI pages. And then there we go, take that. That's gonna make that now. I believe we gotta take all of that and mix it with obsidian. Okay, that's reasonable, I feel. Beautiful. That's gonna make a ingot. And of course, I'm going to dupe the hell out of this with my refined radiance, because why would I not? So we're gonna keep one of these on us because we need it for the chesty poo. And then I need a few of them to go ahead and cook in here. And to make wavy, well, to make this, we need that plus hepatizen. Things are getting a little confusing now. And that's going to make what we need. Where did it go? This guy here. And then that's going to get duped, hopefully. That's going to then get put into like a bunch of other stuff. So we take this and mix it with... Wait, item can't be moltenized. Oh. So I wasn't supposed to pull it out. Crude steel. And it needs another debris? Are you actually kidding me? Oh, that's frustrating. Okay, I hope this is gonna be enough netherite scrap. There we go. Let's put 2 in there and see. Okay, and we are looking for wavy ingots, and we're looking for crude steel, which everything's in there except for the copper. There we go, crude steel. Let's go ahead and get that bad boy out of the smeltery. So soul steel. Oh, no, wait, this is, yes. This is all going into wavy ingots. So what are we missing for the wavy ingots? So we have the crude steel. Oh, we just need a little bit of manulin, I think. And then we should be good to go. And then there's your wavy ingots, like so. Wavy ingots is now done. We need this for the soul steel, right? We need to take this and take a gypsum ingot and pour it onto that guy, of course. So gypsum like so, and then take that and pour that on there like so. And soul steel is now done. Crystal matrix we already have, so let's go ahead and get that down like so. And then vibrantium is already done, of course. There we go, vibrantium like so. The crude steel is also done. All the modium we can handle. So all the modium like so. And then we're going to need inferium ingots. This is where things get interesting because, well, we have to use draconic for these ones, right? So inferium ingot is going to require solium dust, prosperity. We're going to need experience droplets, and we're going to need diagglomerate, which honestly, we're just going to need some pink dye. Shouldn't be the end of the world. But there we go, diagglomerate. And then let's go ahead and make sure that we teach you all of these things really quickly. Let's go ahead and work on this inferium ingot. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly craft this. Also, how do I get the XP droplets? Ah, I see. Through experience doodads. I can get a bunch of experience essence by using my scythe over here at the mob farm. And just like that, I have made all of the draconic ingots like so. Sorry, all the mystical agriculture ingots like so. Boom, there we go. So we can go ahead and tick these all off here. So it's a premium. So neutronium we already have, so that's a plus. Let me go ahead and put all this stuff away real quick. There we go. And then let's go ahead and grab ourselves the neutronium like so. That's done. Netherite is all set. Dude, look at our EMC. Our EMC is insane. Blood brass is just going to be brass in the smeltery. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm actually going to take 2 ingots because I want to make sure that I teach this to the EMC table like so, because I don't think we've taught it yet. But I am going to need to go ahead and take this. Make sure to blacklist it from being exported. There we go. And then boom, there is your blood brass. I don't think I'm going to need it for anything else. And then awakened draconium we can go ahead and use like so. Honestly, let's go ahead and just grab it from in here. We should have it in here. Beautiful. The cyber steel ingot. This one is interesting. This one is going to require me to use this molten processor. Oh, do I actually need that fourth heart? So we're trying to make the molten cyber steel. That needs that, and that. Coarse metal we have. Oh, wait, we don't have coarse metal. Coarse metal is going to be pouring Pepu onto that. That's fine. That's not a big deal. But what's a big deal is this unobtainium vibranium. So I made a mistake here, and I realized that this is not what I thought it was. It's just these two alloys. That's my bad. However, molten processor is going to require us to make 470 iridium circuits. Honestly, not bad considering that we can actually autocraft these quite quickly. So if I ask for 470, this shouldn't be that bad at all, honestly, right? It's just going to take a second to go ahead and get everything all through this little system here. So this is a problem. The thing is currently clogged, and I don't really know how I'm gonna fix this. This is not ideal. I probably shouldn't have requested all these at once because it's kind of clogged at the moment. I have fixed the problem. I think we're ready to go ahead and take all of our iridium circuits out of here. Beautiful. 470 iridium circuits are gonna go ahead and go into this guy right here, like so, and then I quickly melt down into molten processor, which is gonna go ahead and give us the cyber steel. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and put this back down again with our whatchamacallit here, cast. There we go. Grab that, place that, and do that. So cyber steel is now done, and let's go ahead and take a look at what's next. Gela ingots. So Gela ingots is probably gonna be this guy here. Okay, so we're gonna head on over to our thing over here and grab ourselves some medium covalence dust, like so, and low covalence dust. And what else was in that recipe? I honestly don't remember. And do that, and that, and then that should make it. And it does look like everything is staying nice and cozy. There we go. There is our Gela ingot. So next on the agenda is going to be slime steel, which I believe we already have quite a bit of. Beautiful. So slime steel we don't gotta worry about. Hellfire forge ingots we don't gotta worry about. We've got plenty enough for those. And the unobtainium ingot, ironically, we have a few of them, but they have EMC, so they're not too bad. And the night slime ingot, this one I couldn't find, so it looks like we gotta make molten night slime. Okay, so this is relatively simple then. So it's just gonna require me to get a queen slime again. It's gonna require me to get some slime balls, of course, and it also looks like we're gonna need a slime steel ingot, like so. So let's go ahead and do that. And our smeltery is looking relatively full right now, but there we go. Melt all that stuff down and make the slime steel, molten night slime. Right. Oh wait, I can pour this out. I didn't think I can pour this out. Beautiful. Night slime is now done. Let's go ahead and get the Piru ingot, which I assume we already have plenty of, like so. The Kapu ingot we know that we have because I had just checked this earlier. Beautiful. And the Gobba Gobber ingot we can go ahead and grab. I believe we have those. We should at least, right? Because we have like all the end Gobba Gobber and stuff. So Gobba Gobber ingots, like so. And then amethyst bronze, I know we have because it's in our smeltery. There we go. Blazing copper ingots. Oh my god, there's so many freaking things in here. I think I'm gonna clear it out. I'm probably gonna soon regret that, but let's go ahead and grab ourselves the gypsum, like so. And let's go ahead and grab the galu. How the heck do I make galu ingots? If I had to guess, it's probably some alloy of some kind. So obsidian, red beryl, and oh no, I need another red beryl. Okay. Oh wait, no, we have rose gold ingots. Now here's the question, is it the right one? It was the right one. Hopefully we don't need to make any more pig seeds or anything like that, but I did see something that was a bit concerning, and it's this guy, which I assume is going to be another one of those pour it in kind of thing on a gem or something. It's destabilized redstone, on a diamond. Okay, let's go ahead and get some obsidian really quickly. And we should be almost done here, I think. So there we go. Take that and melt that down. And that's now going to make the Galu ingot. Perfect. And let's go ahead and move on to the next one. The chorus metal, which we have already. Beautiful. That's already done. The copper ingot. Oh, wow. Beautiful. That's going to be easy peasy. Iron ingots. And there's literally one more. And I cannot wait because we're going to get our very first infinity ingot right now. And then magma steel. So if I'm not mistaken, magma steel is probably going to be some sort of alloy, magma, and iron. So 2 iron, and I assume I can melt down coal in the smeltery. I'm not really sure how that works, but we're gonna find out. So magma cream, like so. Get a few of those, and then dump all this in here like so, so, and so. And boom, there is your magma steel. And there it is. We now have everything that we need to go ahead and make the infinity catalyst or the infinity ingot. Dude, this is so exciting. In fact, it's so exciting. I'm going to roll a time lapse of me putting in all of the items. Alrighty, we are right there, ladies and gentlemen. I believe all we gotta do is get ourselves a gearbox. I don't think I need a vertical gearbox here. I think I just need a normal gearbox. So there we go. And you need to be facing the other direction, sir, not that one. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of flipperino like so. And that should now be spinning like so. And what we're gonna go ahead and do is actually rotate this guy to face this way. And then we're gonna go ahead and put down a Minecraft barrel. And hopefully I've configured everything right, because if I didn't, well, let's just say things are not gonna be so happy cherry skippity daddle. With the save backed up, let's go ahead and put down all of the items here. Boom, boom, and boom. And hopefully everything isn't going to explode on me. Oh god, it's happening. Oh, look at it, it's forming. forming, it's forming, and boom, there it is. The first and only infinity ingot. Oh, it's so beautiful. I am going to go ahead and take this and very carefully take my refined radiance, and we're gonna go ahead and make one just like that. And then what I'm gonna go ahead and do is get myself a clear item frame like so, and we're gonna go ahead and frame our very first infinity ingot. That is our very first infinity ingot. Let's go ahead and make sure that we go ahead and take this and we dupe it quite a few times, so that way we can go ahead and move on to hopefully what's gonna be the last few quests. Now that we've got all of the infinity ingots in the world, what we're gonna go ahead and do is come over to this crusher and drop those guys down like so, and it should give us a stack of catalyst. Beautiful. And then all we gotta do is get our hands on some infinity ingots like so, and then go over to our dire crafting table right on over here like so, and then all we gotta do is take all this junk out. Actually, weirdly enough, that I forgot to take all this stuff out, but that's fine. So things that we're gonna want to make here, for starters, we're gonna want to make the world breaker. As soon as I get myself some crystal matrix ingots and a block of it, I believe, sorry, a crystal matrix block like so, and of course we're gonna need that beautiful neutronium ingots like so. And then let's go ahead and clear everything out like so, and let's go ahead and make our very first world breaker. Beautiful. Now let's go ahead and turn on my magnet, make sure it's on, and we should freaking finally be able to break the bedrock like so. That is technically the last quest in the quest book. I mean, not the technically last quest, but that is technically the pack beaten. However, there is a few things that I do want to get right, and that's gonna be to do this. So to do this quest, we're gonna need to do the creative vending upgrade, which is gonna need a magenta dye. It's gonna need a creative storage upgrade, which is gonna need an emerald upgrade. A creative ability is gonna need a creative essence and a bedrock, funny enough. So what we're gonna go ahead and do, oh, we need another, how many? We're gonna need another 10 of those insaniums, which I think we have enough blood in here to do that. Let's go ahead and put that down like so, and hopefully our insanium is good to go. Let's go ahead and take this and put this in here like so, and there is our creative essence. And then the creative essence will then go over to this deployer right on over here like so. Give that a poke. There is our creative ability, and then our creative ability is going to be used with a emerald drawer upgrade, which hopefully isn't too expensive. After everything that we've gone through, this is incredible. Let's go and head on over to our smithing table like so. Emerald upgrade plus the creative ability, that's going to get us our creative storage upgrade, and then the creative storage upgrade, and then that plus that in the smithing table, my bad, will get us the creative vending upgrade. Beautiful. Pro tip, by the way, if you didn't know this, take yourself a drawer. Doesn't really matter what drawer you use. Take a drawer and make sure that you have a drawer key, and then get a hopper and take the hopper and face it into the back of the 1x1 drawer like this, and put the creative vending upgrade in there. Lock the drawer, take the vending upgrade out, and then use it. And then now you have infinite vending upgrades. And then all I gotta do is get another drawer, and we should, in theory, be able to pump the bedrock into this. So let me get myself a item pipe, and lastly, we're gonna need the infinite pipe upgrade. So place this down like so, place this like so, create a vending upgrade with the bedrock like so, and boom, that's now infinite bedrock. And you know what, I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. This is probably really dangerous. So if I do this and we do, I believe, this, that should be everything that we need. I'm not gonna do that quite yet because I want to try something. This is gonna be really dangerous, but if I do this and I do this, I want to see if I take this out and I put this in here, will that break things? No. I'm only going up at 1.5p, so 1.5 quadrillion. So that does seem to be a max. Okay, fair enough. So if I want to continue, I have to do this quest, right? But there's also this quest here. Take a bite of blood cake. Okay, so what is it wanting me to make? It says take a bite of the blood cake. What is the blood cake? So a blood cake is a creative cake with that. So I need another blaze cake. There should be our blaze cake. Beautiful. Come over here, drop that in there, kaplunk it, and now we have the creative blaze cake. To beat the pack though, we are gonna need to take this blaze cake and fill it with some blood, and boom, look at this blood cake. I think I have to place this down to eat it. Let's place it over here by the little deployer system over here. Let's put this down, and what happens if I eat it? Okay, reward has been completed. Beautiful. And just for the fun of it, boom, let's click on this guy like so, getting the bedrock out of its hand. Beautiful. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to wrap up today's episode. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please do me a huge favor, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, ding down that notification bell, become a part of the Council of Elder. We're gonna be checking out Volcanic Sandbox next. I'm super excited. Hope you guys are as well. Yeah, thanks for hanging out on this amazing series. I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna leave you, and I'm gonna see you guys next time in a volcano. Bye now.